Oh, hey, how you doing? You caught me in my reading room enjoying a fire, reading a book. Hi, I'm Carlos Robles from Immortals Inc. podcast. Usually we do a nice little podcast, but today I was so thrilled after reading my book here that the nice people at Penguin Random House sent us a copy of the Arcana, a visual history for Dungeons and Dragons. I was surprised that they contacted me, to be honest. So this is going to be our first attempt at this, so bear with me. This book, if you're a Dungeon Dragon fanatic, or you like the history of Dungeons & Dragons, you really enjoy Dungeons & Dragons, if you don't like art books, if you don't like history books, if you don't like things that seem, I don't know, just trying to grab your money, I don't think this is. This is a huge book. It is over 400 pages. It's a full color book of the history and art of Dungeons and Dragons. It was written by 4 guys, which surprised me that these guys, it's not surprising, but these are all pretty good guys. Michael Whitware, he's an author and expert on D&D history. Kyle Newman, a writer-director. He actually directed Fanboys, believe it or not. John Peterson, a recognized authority on D&D history. And then Sam Ryder, an actor who's been in such film series, a big sci-fi guy, Being Human, Once Upon a Time, Smallville, Battlestar Galactica, The Mist, and Dexter. This book, 448 pages. It is thick, it is heavy, it is well put together. The retail cost of this is $50, which might want to cringe, but it's close to Christmas. It really is worth $50 if you have anybody who's totally into Dungeons & Dragons. It is broken up by chapters. It goes from the very beginning when Gary Gygax, Dave Anderson, I think it's Anderson, I'm going to butcher the history of it all already. When the original guys started it with their little boxes in their basements and they glued them together and everything like that, it starts there and tells their story all the way up through pictures, through art, through advertisements, and it names all the artists. It goes from it goes from the basics to first edition. It teaches you how the artists were at first free, and I shouldn't say free, but they had trouble finding artists, which if you look back at all the classic illustrations, they're all like pen and paper. Looks like they're not very professional, but they were done the best they could to make a product that was great. Told you how Gary Gygax wanted to do it, how the different artists moved up, and how they went from a basement operation to a multi-million-dollar corporation. It covers every edition. It covers first edition, second edition, third edition, all the way up to latest 5th edition. It even tells you the rise and fall of Dungeons & Dragons, how they survived the CCG Magic phase, how they ended up being bought out by Magic eventually, the true history of it all. There's a lot in here, and there's also a lot of pictures and photos and information I've never seen or heard before. These guys went through a great effort of compiling all the information they could from all the different companies and where it needed to be and how it needed to be. I was pleasantly surprised. I got the book and I was going to do this review way earlier. I thought I'll read some of it, flip through it and see what it's like. I didn't feel I would do it justice if I didn't read it cover to cover, and I did. Took me about, and I don't read, I'm not a very fast reader, but I was able to sit down in a couple days and do this. The pictures alone, you would sit there and stare at it. I even forgot to mention that they even go into the digital part of it, like the video games and everything, and the art that goes with it. It shows how art is a very important part of this gaming industry and all the games that you enjoy and play. Even in the end, they have a thank you. They have every product that comes out. It shows everything. It is worth the $50 from these guys. I give this nothing but, I don't even have a star system, but if I did, I would give it 5 stars. Wonderful job from these 4 gentlemen. I like this book so much that when I ordered some books, which we have to sell in the store, they're great Christmas gifts for anybody that enjoys Dungeons & Dragons. They have a premium edition, which comes with a special case, an additional cover by the artist who did the special covers for the D&D books. I think it's Hydro 70. I apologize if I made his name wrong, but it's Hydro 70. It comes in a case, and then it has like an original copy of the Tomb of Horrors that it was, the handwritten copy, photocopy of that, or not, like a small presentation of that, and a whole bunch of prints that are ready to go into frames and put on your walls. Totally worth it. I suggest you pick it up. We have these in store, and it's the best you could have done, as these 4 guys could have done. So Happy to see it. Art and Arcana from Penguin Random House. Give it a try. Come on by. Take a look at it. And hopefully we'll see you then. Thanks.